Hey, what's up, all you pirates and samurai out there? I'm Duuz-Diz-Din, and I'm coming at you with another One Piece chapter review. This time it's chapter 945, titled O-Lin. So, you basically know it's about to go down with that title. But let's talk about that cover page that they did. It was like just not like a full double page spread, but it was a one page little poster for One Piece Stampede done by Oda. And man, is this thing great. I love this depiction just because of the fact that it's such an interesting concept to see all these various different characters coming together in this way. It is insane. Like, facing off against a former member of Roger's crew, Luffy and his pirates, Buggy and Boa Hancock, two of the warlords, Law, Smoker from the Marines, CP0 with Rob Lucci, the Revolutionary Army with Sabo. Dude, I could not be more hyped for One Piece Stampede if you literally just poured pure adrenaline into my body. Like, my god, this is going to be fantastic. And if it isn't, we riot. So I just want to be on the same page about this. If it's not good, we riot. Because Oda even said that he would never normally do a movie like this if it wasn't for the anniversary. So, wow. Just wow. But let's talk about this chapter proper, as all hell is breaking loose in the Wano flower capital, as Orochi is just like, kill him, kill him, kill him all, kill them all, kill everyone who's would take Yasue's side. And you see all the various people just covering their mouths to keep themselves from grieving over Yasue, and Orochi has this manic look in his eyes. So the populace obviously is going to see Orochi as nothing more than a mad king. He's a mad ruler who needs to be taken down. In the words of Iroh from Avatar: The Last Airbender, he's crazy and he needs to go down. But we still continue to see Zoro clashing with Kyoshiro, and Zoro is legit just not able to really get this guy to budge. Kyoshiro is really holding his own against Zoro, and that just really makes me wonder. And Kyoshiro continues to just have that wry smile on his face. Like, is he struggling? Is he having fun? What's going through this man's mind? And then suddenly, the Oniwaban group shows up, under orders of Lord Orochi, because, all of Orochi's enemies are in the area. And we also get to see that the leader, Fukurokuju, had actually managed to get some of the wanted posters from Hawkins. And he's just like, okay, you're one of the Straw Hat pirates, Zoro. So they've been made at this point. But, I mean, come on. It's being televised all across Wano. Of course people know who they are at this point. So he's just like, Oniwaban group, capture one of them. That way we can torture one of them and find out where the rest of them may be hiding. So that's automatically a dire situation, as the Oniwaban group start wreaking their own brand of havoc on Zoro specifically. And Sanji passes off Otoko onto Usopp, because he's just that fast at running away, so hopefully he'll be able to get her out of harm's way, while Sanji deals with the giant T-Rex. Just another day for the Straw Hat crew and all that good stuff. But Sanji's trying his best to get in on X-Drake, but Drake, he's fast. He's a fast motherfucker, especially when it comes to that tail. And Drake's just like, man, you're Soba Mask, aren't you? Because ultimately Sanji's fighting style isn't gonna change, and the X-Drake ain't no fool. He's just like, okay, you put two and two together. But he's just like, I can't believe you're part of the Vinsmoke family, which immediately sets Sanji off. That's funny. And then you have the fact that Hiyori is, wants to chase after Toko, but Brooke says, "Hey, don't worry. These people are my friends. They'll help, get Toko and Yasu's body to safety, and we should get out of here as well." So he starts to send out his soul music self, just to scare some of the Oniwaban group. However, we also have one of the Oniwaban group tell Fujin and Raijin to go after to go after Hiyori, mostly because they noticed that Hiyori was talking with Zoro previously, and so they start to put two and two together again, because again, these guys aren't no fools. Daikoku is just like, "Hey, follow that woman. She has some relation to Zorojiro." So honestly, she's been made at this point. But then we cut back over to Hawkins, who has been confronted with the law, as Hawkins was actually just waiting around for Law to show up. Because, of course Law's gonna come for his allies, but then Law notices that Beppo is missing, and Hawkins, being the devious mofo that he is just like, did you really think I'd just keep all of our prisoners in one place? Of course I'd keep a hostage somewhere that wasn't visible to you, especially with your devil fruit powers. So it's just like, see, never show your hand to the enemy, because they will figure you out in a heartbeat. But Law is fully ready to go toe-to-toe with Hawkins. But Hawkins also ends up showing it's just like, well, you can't really beat me. And then Hawkins cuts his arm, only for it to cause Shachi to start bleeding from his arm, showing that, Hawkins has actually made Sachi, Penguin, Beppo, and he also says a fourth other party into his, voodoo possessees. So if he's harmed, or if he's killed, one of his, subordinates will be killed as well. So Law is already in a very dire situation. And then we cut off to, like, seriously, I really kind of love One Piece sometimes, because it's just like, bam, 2 pages of really important shit. Bam, 2 pages of really important shit. So many other manga would just have those 2 pages of One Piece goodness take up like 10 or even the whole chapter worth of pages just to focus in on that. But I think the only downside is sometimes a lot of things will just happen off screen, and that's what the good part of the anime comes in. As you can they'll sometimes try to fill in the little gaps here and there, but they don't want to fill in too much for fear of not actually capturing everything. But we catch back in with Sanji still going toe-to-toe with X-Drake, and Sanji ends up noticing that the disguised Hiyori is being accosted by Fujin and Raijin. So Sanji, bounces away from X-Drake to try to get to Hiyori, because his observation haki is on lock when it comes to beautiful women. But before Sanji can actually get there, Zoro actually manages to come in and save Hiyori from Fujin and Raijin. And he's just like, you dummy, they're chasing after you now. It's just like, oh, I'm sorry, I thought my face was covered, not knowing that it's simply because of their relationship that she has been accosted. But the real betrayal here is in Sanji's eyes, as he's just like, what? Mossad knows that babe, that bastard, but my bounty's bigger than his. And it's just like, Sanji, you really need to grow up, man. It's funny, but it's just like, Sanji, grow the fuck up. And that's where the whole, where our coverage of the showdown in the Flower Capital ends. We then cut over to, Inuarashi, Kinemon, as well as Shutenmaru, who has found out that the ones who caused all of the violent situation that Shutenmaru has been dealing with the burning of head mountain and all this other stuff, he finds out that it was the result of Kinemon and Inarashi's kind of deceptive tactics. And even they're kind of down on the fact that they use such bad tactics in order to get Shutemaru on their side. And Kinemon even prostrates himself before Shutemaru to say, look, I understand why you should be angry and not trust us. With everything that you've been through, a lot of your faith and hope has gone way out the window. I get that, I'm sorry. But at the very least, Yasue basically gave his life in order to give us a second opportunity, and we don't want to let this go to waste. We want to storm Onigashima, we want to free our fellow samurai, and we want to put an end to Kaido as well as Orochi, and we would love to have you lend us your strength, please, great Ashura Doji. And, Shutemaru is very quiet for a moment, but then he tells Inarashi and Kinemon to come with him. He has something to show them. So we might end up actually seeing what Shutemaru has been doing with all that stuff he's stolen and what he's been up to. There's definitely something deeper that's going on with Shutemaru. But then we start to get into the final act of this chapter, which it already feels like so many different things have happened at this point. But we actually see that in the Udon prison mine, the front gates have been destroyed, and just multiple gate after gate after gate just destroyed over and over again. And then from the cloud of destruction into the central part of the prison where Luffy is, Big Mom emerges, and all of Kaido's men start flipping the fuck out. Even Queen's just like, what the hell? I was told her ship was sunk. She's just like, yeah, you would never expect Big Mom to just show up in what is essentially like the heart of Wano. But even Luffy has this intense reaction. It's just like, oh god, it's a nightmare, because Luffy knows, it's just like, I don't know, Kaido's bad enough, but Big Mom, anything but that. But Big Mom, she's more interested in Oshiruku. She smells it in the air, and she's just like, Tama, come on, let's go get some, find it as quickly as we can. And Chopper's just like, oh god, there was actually Oshiruku here? That was a lie, oh my god. But, meanwhile, Okiku's just like, hey, listen, Tama and as well as Momosuke, you need to lie low. We don't want to be found out by Queen or any of their forces. We need to proceed carefully. There's headliners and gifters and pleasures and all that good stuff roaming around. We have to proceed with caution as we make our way into Free Luffy. Meanwhile, Queen is freaking the fuck out. Like, you here for my Oshiruku? You what? Of all the things that you would say. And he's getting pissed off at the very thought that his snack would be threatened, and he starts to transform. However, before he starts to lose it, Luffy's just like, look, can you just pull out the, kid and killer before you do any of this? But, Queen's already long gone and lost it. He's fully ready to fight Big Mom, and he transformed into his devil fruit form, his dragon fruit ancient type Zoan model Brachiosaurus. And while that throws out so many theories I had heard up until this point, I had heard Scorpion, I had heard this, that, and the other. And it's just like he's Littlefoot's dad, basically. Littlefoot's dad is on the prowl. But it makes sense because we've seen so many other different types of iconic dinosaurs and ancient creatures. Why not a Brachiosaurus? I almost feel stupid for not thinking of that, or even hearing a theory like that. Like, of course he's a Brachiosaurus. Like, that feels like it makes so much sense now that I'm actually seeing it. But Queen is fully ready to go in. He is pissed and he's ready to throw down with Big Mom. And while Zoro and Kiku are making their way throughout the place, they start to kind of they start to look out as they make their descent into the you know building. It's just like Chopper's just like, I don't know if O-Lin will actually be capable of going toe to toe with Queen because of the fact that she's lost her memories. Only for them to immediately notice Big Mom jumping in the air and just in a very demonic look, just like, hey, listen here, give me your Oshiroku, and she takes Queen's giant dinosaur head and slams it right into the ground. She is just like, oh my god. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that Queen is down for the count. He could still survive this very easily, but just damn, like it was nothing though. Like it was nothing. That's the power of a Yonko right there. Just to roll up on a Yonko commander and be like, yo, ain't shit. Give me your shit, bitch. Give me your shit. Just slams him down like it's nothing. It is insane. And that's where the chapter ends. We're on break next week, but absolute insanity. My god, there's just so much happening here, with the Oniwaban groups showing up in Retsu Town ready to rumble, with Usopp trying to escape with Toko, Frankie trying to escape with Yasu's body. Is Sanji actually going to manage with the whole situation with Drake? How far is that going to end up going? Is Sanji going to end up being in real trouble? How far is this fight actually going to go? And still, what happened with Page 1? I really want to know what happened with Page 1. And then there's the showdown between Hawkins and Law, where it's just like, oh god, how is Law going to deal with this? How is he going to take down Hawkins? And there goes my thoughts that maybe Hawkins might turn into an ally, because it's just like, yeah, X-Drake and Hawkins seem pretty committed to this whole allying with Kaido thing. I'm pretty sure they're just going to be enemies at this point. It's very hard to tell if it'll be anything beyond that. But you never know. They still have wills of their own. They're part of the worst generation after all. But, Zoro is trying his best to escape with Hiyori. How many people actually notice that that's Komurosaki? Like, how many people have caught on to it? And what is Shutemaru about to show Kinemon and Inuarashi? What is he going to show them? What kind of weird revelation could we possibly have? Does it have something to do with the, Kozuki family, something deeper as to why Shutemaru has become nothing more than a bandit? And what are Chopper and Kiku going to do at this point? Because all hell is breaking loose. And I'm wondering if we're actually going to see a solid fight between Big Mom and Queen. Like, is it just going to be a one-shot and he's down? Or what's going to happen here? Because this might be a real time to actually see what the actual gap is between a Yonko commander and a Yonko themselves. So we'll get to see how that balances out and how big the gap between most Yonko commanders, because Queen is, as far as I can tell, like the second strongest of the commanders, right behind King, at least as far as I can tell. But you'll just have to really wait and see. But tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. Where do you think this is all gonna lead? What was your favorite part? And what are you the most hyped for? Or what do you feel is a missed opportunity in what we saw into this this previous chapter? We've got 2 weeks of theorizing, so get to it, kids. And, if you liked this video, leave me a like. If you didn't, feel free to leave me a dislike and tell me what I did wrong in the comment section below. Subscribe and hit the bell icon, that way you never miss out on another One Piece chapter review. And until then, if you want to find me on social media, just Google Duuz-Diz-Din. I'm everywhere, for better or for worse. Until the next video, just remember that when you need a little help from your friends, they will come running with a steamroller, just wreaking havoc on everything in their path. Because that's what true friends are for. But, just insanity. I'm Duuz-Diz-Din, and I'm going to bed. Bye-bye.